What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. So Simon Guobadia and Porsha Williams are back at it, right? Giving us all kind of fodder over our social media feed. These two are a mess. So Porsha, she makes a story and she says that it's over. Like she's glad she's done, that the divorce is finalized, and that she has come out victorious in this appeal. Child, Simon is really in his feeling. You cannot tell me that after all those years of scamming, I feel like he's been scamming before even Portia was born. Okay. He's an old school 80s scammer, right? And, and so they're going back and forth on social media. He calls her 200, Miss 265 days. And listen, Portia, you know our public school system ain't what it's supposed to be. I don't believe. Okay. But Portia goes back and she posts the American flag. I said, you better. When I say that she is PE to the TTY, okay, not the American flag, because y'all know Simon has been chasing that flag a lot longer than he's been chasing Porsha Williams. Okay, he's been trying to be a U.S. citizen. And my question is, because I know he's been married like 4 or 5 times. I think he's had like 5 wives, but wasn't Fallon a U.S. citizen? Like I was wondering why he didn't get a green card when he was married to her, but I'm guessing it's because he's been scamming for so long and he's been put out the country so many times. Because even him coming back into the country, he had to come under false pretenses and like an alias or something like that. So who knows if Simon Guobadia is even his real name, allegedly. But anyway, child, he done officially got put out. Because Trump and the ICE crew, they are not playing. They are, and that's another thing that Simon put up on his social media. He put up uh, the fact that the Supreme Court just ruled that ICE is allowed to essentially racially profile people based on the color of their skin, whether or not they have an accent. So um, I don't know if he would even be able to stay in the country, under these new laws in this administration. If he hadn't gotten put out earlier, he would definitely be probably on their list, on their targeted list in the future. So that's just something to I guess keep in his mind if he decides to try to come back. I don't know how he's going to do it, but Simon said he's not new to this; he's true to this. So let's get into this article for U.S. Weekly because Simon he got some decades under his belt. So he said that this is not his first rodeo. Who knows how he'll come back? I'm looking forward to it. Because Simon, if not, if nothing else, he is entertaining. I can absolutely see him getting with Porsha Williams because he was trying to clout chase. He probably, thought that, maybe getting with Fallon and her being a friend to the show, that he was going to get some kind of fame and notoriety through that. But Fallon kind of flew under the radar until, Porsha came and just kind of blew up the spot. So people who chase fame and chase that, like are cloud chasers essentially, they love this stuff. Like Simon lives on social media. He was sending stuff all in the middle of the night and it's, crazy hours. And I know he's on the opposite side of the world, but even for those hours, I feel like he should have been, sleep. But anyway, Us Weekly says Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams celebrates victory after ex Simon Guobadia loses divorce appeal. She writes that she is free. I know that's right. Porsha Williams, 44, posted, quote, "It's over," without any details on Tuesday, September 9th. The reality star also showed a video of her boarding a private jet, captioned "free." Okay, come on, Porsha, with the private jet, taking a page out of Phaedra Parks' book. I know that's right, because if you're going to leave a situation, whether it's, the islands in Miami, after all that foolishness on Married to Medicine, or leaving, a toxic relationship, a toxic marriage, from Simon Guobadia. The best way to leave out, okay, is to twirl right on that plane, on that PJ. So us can confirm that she was referring to Guobadia's effort to overturn the divorce judgment that awarded the Real Housewives of Atlanta star monthly support and a cut of their Georgia mansion being shut down. Us Weekly also obtained court documents showing the Court of Appeals of the state of Georgia issued an order hours before Williams and Guobadia's social media back and forth. The court denied Guobadia's application for a discretionary appeal. As Us Weekly previously reported, Guobadia, who's 61, was not happy with the divorce judgment entered by the court on June 10th. He responded to Williams' latest post by writing, quote, "Here we go again with Mrs. 265. Listen, Simon, you can't be mad. She wouldn't be a Mrs. if you didn't marry her. Okay? Y'all know the public school system here in America is lacking." He says she still has not learned absolutely nothing. Quote or hashtag, "It's over my ASS." Okay. Simon, sir, it's over. You can't get back into the country. Well, like I said, like legally, I guess, but since he's not willing for it to be over, who knows? Simon said, what did Mama Joyce say when she told Ty, "Ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough to keep me off your baby." So he said it's not over. Listen, calm down, Ike Turner. Okay, you'll be all right. Go ahead and keep it over. Overseas. I don't know if he's back in Dubai or Nigeria, wherever he is, but you might have to wait this one out. You might have to wait 3.5 more years before you try to sneak back in. But who knows? Who knows? From what I hear, Trump doesn't even plan on leaving. They already got the Trump 2028. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, let's get back into this article. Simon is a mess and a half. The judge sided with Williams and agreed to the prenuptial agreement they signed before getting hitched was enforceable. Guobadia argued that the deal was void due to alleged misrepresentations that Williams made during the negotiations. Specifically, he claimed that she would not be returning to RHOA or reality television. Sorry, y'all, it's late. I've had a long day. The court finds that Williams has been a reality TV celebrity for years, which was well known to her husband at the time of negotiating the prenuptial agreement, and Guobadia, nevertheless, married his wife with this knowledge, the divorce order read. The prenup allowed Williams to live in the $7 million mansion she shared with Guobadia during their relationship. As Us first reported, Guobadia was deported back to his home country of Nigeria in June after issues with his immigration. Guobadia was also ordered to pay Williams $40,000 a month in spousal support for 14 months. The Bravo star was also awarded 50% of the equity in the property, a 2021 Rolls-Royce, and various other cars. Williams' ex is also on the hook for $224,000 in legal fees that she's racked up in this divorce. At the final hearing, Guobadia told the court that his business revenue had dropped drastically after ICE detained him. He said that his business value, which was at one point $296 million, is now worth nothing. Just a side note, now I know dang on well Simon wasn't in ICE detention for that long. I think it was a couple of months. I don't even know if it was 6 months. But to go from $296 million to nothing in six, like, what was your business? Like Bitcoin? Like, I don't know. I don't know what Simon did. Like, at least we know that Shamia's husband, he runs like the HVAC in the Atlanta airport. But has anyone actually found out where Simon's money came from? Like, what did he do? What was his actual business ventures? I mean, other than having a long history of fraud and scamming, but no, That the math ain't mathing with that. But that's what he says. That Simon says. Simon says that at one point it was worth 296 million. Now it's worth nothing. Okay, Simon. The judge wasn't convinced by the claim, right? And noted that, quote, almost $297 million in business value vanished entirely over the course of a few months without recourse or recovery strains credibility. The judge said that Simon says you're a liar, okay? Simon says your nose is growing, Simon. Because $297 million doesn't disappear over a couple months, ICE detention or not. Anyway, Williams filed for divorce from Guobadia in February 2024 after 15 months of marriage. She claimed that she was blindsided by his immigration issues. So I'm assuming that Porsha probably found out that his money was not long as strong as he claimed it was. Again, this overestimation of, like the judge said, almost 297 million. I'm sure that, after 15 months, Porsha may have stumbled across some kind of truth to what it really was and decided to go ahead and get him out of there. Whether she found out that he was, continuously trying to scam to get back into the country, she found one of his many aliases. Who knows what she found? But after 15 more months, she's like, I'm out, which was smart, to be honest, because, you don't want to entangle yourself and your finances with someone who has a long history of fraud and scamming. The exes are involved in a separate legal battle filed by Simon over alleged defamation. So that was, her putting ED on her IG, her Instagram. And listen, ED, that could be the Department of Education, that could be a lot of things, but he took it personally and he sued her for defamation. But Porsha denied the accusations. So Williams stars on Real Housewives of Atlanta. She's been on there from season 5 to season 13. She returned in season 16, and she's expected to return with the upcoming season 17, which is reportedly filming at the moment. So shout out to, Porsha. One thing that she's gonna do, she's gonna stay she's gonna stay on top. Because when I look back at everything that Porsha has done over her time, on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, from getting into a physical altercation with, Kenya and Cynthia, and even on her own spinoff show, but Porsha is good TV. I mean, she has her moments where she's the villain, but she's also somebody who is a fan favorite, and her social media is messy. Her love life is definitely messy. She is. Simon, I guess he saw that star quality in her, and was trying to ride on her coattails, but she, snatched him up from under him. And he's in his feelings a little bit about that. So, I mean, who knows? Simon, you'll be all right. You know what I mean? Get your money back up. 297 million. Nobody was buying that, not even the judge. But you'll figure it out. I'm sure. Get a wife number 6 soon, and keep it pushing. So you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.